So we'll speak about IP strategy development. And we have this chart where we want to guess how to have an IP impact. So my understanding is that here it would be smart to start from the right to the left to try to identify an economic effect, to identify what we need to appropriate to obtain this economic effect. And to have this appropriation, we need the IP impact that we will see in the next slide. And this IP impact is based, of course, on the IP function, all the rights we need to acquire to have this IP impact. Yes, and to generate this IP impact, first we have the technology lead. So here in this case, it's the automatic adjustment of functional food to individual customers is a relatively new field, not common at least for food producer. So there is potentially an option to have core technical aspect of this new kind of technology protected. Yeah. And the unique selling proposition.
Yeah. Unique selling proposition. Individualized functional yogurt delivers customer benefits that are available in the market for the first time. Food that is tailor-made to the customer's individual fitness level of training program. IP can be used to keep competitors from developing the same benefits. And regarding dominant design, individualized functional yogurt is a new product type. Target product design will train customers to understand what is meant by this type of product and which kind of interaction is necessary for each generation.
Let's try.
Hello, I will try to explain about how they generate their IP impact on making their brand loyalty. First, they use their technological advantage. For example, in the investigation by the CBC News, the reporter reports that the Danone has different serving doses. They only need 2 servings a day to achieve the same performance than the other competitors. Then the manufacturer, the Danone, very smartly changed their demand to the customers, because they know that the customers do not only need a scientifically strict health demanding. Instead, the customers need something higher. They need something imaginary. So they change their strategy to meet the customers' physical, spiritual needs. They build a cultural phenomenon called probiotic, good for the health. They building it as a faith. Then Danone use this to collect the data from the customers, and they use the data from the customers to build an immersive environment to just to build a brand loyalty for all the customers. They are at last. They are not only building a yoga; they are building a lifestyle based on the yoga. And Stephen, next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to get to the IP impact, the first step is to actually analyze the business model, and this is not only for this case but for in general. So analyzing the business case means also, so one important part is to analyzing the customer benefit, or the willingness of the customer to pay for a benefit. So in the end, to generate an positive impact. And not only to analyze the customer benefit in general, but also the what the competition is already doing. So what is not part of the sweet spot, because already somebody in the market is doing it, and it's not anymore possible to save it with IP. And after analyzing the business model, the next step is to analyzing the resources that are available. What are the critical compounds? What are the systems, the technical and non-technical parts that are needed to fulfill the customer benefits, and out of that, what maybe what the investments are needed to be able to fulfill the customer benefits. And based on that, then the next step is to design a IP portfolio.
Yeah, to establish barrier, to create exclusive market position, to exclude the competition from the sphere of exclusivity. So we are designing this IP portfolio design by designing the IP right around the crucial system component identified in the analysis, establishing the comprehensive sphere of exclusivity from the customer experience by creating unique and differentiate value proposition with other IP rights. And to maximize all these IP rights, we need to consider all kind of IP. So I give the floor to Sven.
So having identified the impact that we want to have, we can actually finally go to the nitty-gritty that we are usually used to, which is the IP function, creating IP, which is, as we understand now, not just a product patent, but a comprehensive fence of IP preventing imitation of features. So this is covering different aspects from the USP all the way to the brand loyalty. So this we can achieve by patents, trademarks, and design rights. For example, we can apply for a patent on a data model and a preference structure. We can apply for a patent on a method for automated recipe adjustment on the basis of that data. We can apply for mechanisms for the cooling used in the logistics chain. We can even integrate external data, not necessarily weather forecasts, but for example, health data or training data, which comes maybe from a fitness center that we are working with. And then the rest I will leave to
To further create impact on our dominant design and brand loyalty, so we can of course use trademark for the brand name and brand colors. We can also use the design right for the layout of graphical user interface of apps or web pages, complementing this with a patent on operating logic of the app. Moreover, we can also apply for a patent which can integrate external data, as Ben previously mentioned, such as weather forecasts, for example, to reduce fermentation time.
Just to add, all of these will of course cost money, so we have to really consider what exactly we want to spend our money on.
Okay, so to fulfill the demand from the business, we are now discussing how we can sustain the sphere of exclusivity and the willingness of our customers to pay an additional value in regard to the product that they are consuming. So basically, what we will use the data that we have, and we will create such a group segmentation. And this group segmentation will respond to completely different things. So example, we can respond to medical needs. And in addition to that, we'll also meet regulatory standards. And we will name our branding strategy. Oh, thank you. Our branding strategy accordingly, meaning we will have different brands according to the needs that we intend to meet. And also we'll put, in addition to that, scientific names, because we understood from the research in the market that the consumers, they would like to understand what is behind of the formulation. So we thought that combining this, it's also something that will add value to the product. And this also confers certain level of knowledge to the consumer, so they will become more loyal to the product that we are offering. And then they will be able to differentiate what we are offering and how they can use this to improve their lifestyle, and also to improve or to add health standards as they're aiming for. So basically, we also, in the patent side, we just not look for the right combination of strains, because as you know, yogurt is made of strains, but we have the right quantity, and we have also the additives. There is something that nobody was mentioning. So having this, we can create a specific formulations that will meet, for example, age issues. If we would like to address to plus 65 years old, maybe, yeah. And also for fitness purposes, though, the guys who has like stress, oxidative stress activity, so they need this to recover from the exercises, and so we can basically work on this. We will use this database also to differentiate the formulations according to the audience, and we will address the branding strategy. So you can use, for example, like a co-branding for calcium if we have like osteoporosis. So it's a group that we'd like to address, and also immuno, because we just saw one product that has this second name on top of the labeling. And we also understand that to create such a long time of commitment with our consumers, we want to create sort of an information package, and we use this in each point of sale. So it's kind of support and package info to during the ramp up of our product. So at the beginning, or just after the launch, and for certain period. And from the logistics side, we know that we are not aiming only for individuals, but we are also aiming for health clubs and gyms, those kind of things. So we would like to have support data about cooling temperature and product quality management, meaning shelf life for optimal consumption. And also proper packaging. So we can use everything this, and you can have our IP on around these values that we can deliver for certain. That's it.
Yes, and the way that intellectual property can be used to make this communication strategy more unique to our different kind of customers, because we are providing this yogurt in various forms, targeting different customers, as was just mentioned. It's very important in order to reap the benefits, to be able to skim the willingness to pay of the customer. We need to be able to communicate our unique selling point in the most understandable way. And we can do this as well as creating brand loyalty through various IP become important, the ones that the customer kind of understands or identifies themselves with. So there's the trademark for the actual wording of like the probiotic or things that they understand the health benefits of. Filing for IP rights for the wording, that is key. Then there's also the design rights, so the shape of the bottle should be unique, easy to carry, or depending on who you're targeting, women, it should fit in their handbags. In the gym, it has to fit into the right vending machine. The patent is also an option, even though that's more at the earlier stages of the production. It does also become relevant at the selling part, in the sense that if we can label on the bottle that certain aspects are patent protected, that's also signaling to the customer that they cannot get this easily somewhere else, or that, yeah, unless we license it, of course, but that's not our plan. And that's pretty much it for the, our communication strategy in terms of using intellectual property.